What is up everyone, and welcome to another episode of my All the Mods 3 Let's Play. So I've been busy in between episodes. As you can see, we've now got another building. This is actually going to be our new house. So I've got our little farmhouse, I suppose we'll call it, right there. This one is going to be our main house and workshop. So this is upstairs. We've got some skylights. Looks a little bit funky from outside. It's just to try and help me. I can look outside just see if it's daylight or nighttime. When you come down, we've got a second level. Nice big wide open areas. And out here we've got a lovely little hole which we're going to use very shortly in this episode. And I've moved our Tinker's gear over here. So last episode we went back to the Nether and we got some blaze rods. I've ground up all those blaze rods into blaze powder. And I've used the blaze powder to make some Eyes of Ender, so that we can go find the end portal so that we can get a good supply of Ender Pearls. But before we go there, I would like to do some upgrades to my mining equipment and potentially my armor as well. So we're going to start with building a Tinker's Smeltery. First thing we're going to need is some grout, which is 4 pieces of gravel in the corners, 4 pieces of sand, and a block of clay. So we'll just get that smelting right away. The other thing we're going to need is 4 blocks of iron. And I'm actually going to need to get our tool station. Under our little garden area here somewhere, there's a little cave. I haven't located it quite yet. Okay, so 3 blocks of seared brick, 4 blocks of iron, and our tool station, and we now have a tool forge. So the tool forge just allows us to work on a few more different types of weaponry. So we've now got things like the scythe, the lumber axe, crossbow, hammers, the excavator. I'm really gonna have to find that little cave where they're spawning. And while we wait on the seared brick, I'm actually going to find our tank from last time. There it is. We're going to need some lava to power this thing, and we've got a nice little lava lake out there. Just make sure I got a bucket. There we go. Okay, and we can start making the first set of items. So we're going to need the casting table and the casting basin. Then we need a controller. And if we just grab a piece of glass. Which I don't have any plain glass about. And that's our seared tank. So we'll just sort this out real quick. And we'll start laying everything out. So we've got our basin, which I'll put there. A table, which will go there. Then I'm going to put our controller right at the front here. And the tank to the side. That will be a little bit hard to get to, but that's no problem because I do have an idea eventually that will provide us with plenty of lava, but we do have to put a wall on top of it, so I will actually move it. I'll just put it right there. Other things we're going to need are 2 smeltery drains and the faucets. And then the rest of it from here on out can just be smeltery brick blocks. So we're going to need a drain and a faucet above the table. And a drain and a faucet above the basin. So what do you guys think of the new workshop that we're going to be using from here on out? Do you guys think I could have built anything different? Comment down below what you think. Sometimes I wish our furnace was just a little bit quicker. While we're waiting, actually, I have done quite a bit of digging and building between episodes. So I'm just going to quickly repair our tools. And then while we wait, since it won't actually be as important to have it on a high level material, we may as well build a lumber axe. So we're going to need a plate, the lumber head, a strong tool binding, and a strong tool rod. So let's see what we can do. So we'll keep it nice and cheap. I think we'll make the the stone head. We'll use some paper for the binding. And we've got some wood that I'll use for the tool rod. Helps if I go into the correct crafting location. So there's our axe head. our plate. Our rod. Ooh, not quite enough paper. Let's see if we got any more. Just need one more piece. Doesn't look like it, but we've got ourselves some sugarcane over here. Now to build our lumber axe, just put all the parts in here. And there we go. So now let's do some upgrades to it. I think we'll start off with the usual diamond. And then I'll put 2 lots of redstone upgrades on it. Okay, so what this means now is instead of finding a tree to cut down, so let's go for this one, and cutting it down 1 block at a time, I can instead come over to one of these taller trees like this one, and I've cut down a whole tree. It's going to make it much quicker and easier for me to collect wood. Now this would be a good time to have some sort of device in my inventory to suck up all these items as we pick it up. Maybe that's something we'll work on in the next episode. So that'll be enough wood to keep us going for a while, that's for sure. Okay, and this is another issue we've encountered, is I'm running out of storage space in our monster stuff and natural stuff. So things that come from plants and wood. So I think it's time for a storage upgrade. We're going to need 6 pieces of glass, gold ingot, and 2 diamonds, I believe. And we've also got the last of our seared brick. That'll be enough for us to get a basic smeltery started. And there we go, 1 gold to diamond upgrade. And now we've got a lot more storage. So I'll just get rid of most of that. And now let's go build more of our smeltery. So you don't have to do the corners of the smeltery. I'm just doing it just for the looks. And there we go. Now what I wanted to work on is I would like a ranged weapon. So we're going to make, I think we'll go with a crossbow. So I'm not exactly sure what to use, but we need a tough tool rod, a bowline, a tough binding, and a bowstring. So let's see what we can do. I think we'll do... this is a tough one. When in doubt, I think we'll refer to the manual. See what the manual has to say. Okay, so the crossbow is a strong ranged weapon which needs to be loaded beforehand. Its bolts deal a lot of damage and pierce a part of the enemy's armor. Crossbows gain extra benefits from bonus damage. Loading is relatively slow, but often you only need 1 shot. You only need to land it. Requires a tool forge, uses Tinker's bolts. Partially armor piercing, needs to be loaded before firing. So let's look at materials. Let's think what we've got now. Bronze is a nice easy one to make. So we're looking at a... doesn't want to let us look at the crossbow. Okay, let's just look at the sword then. Okay, so I might look at some copper just for the additional XP. Or we could look at some lead. Okay, I think we'll just go with the copper ones. So we're going to need some copper, and I'll bring some stone with us as well. And we're going to need some gold. We don't strictly need gold, we could use aluminum brass, but gold is just easier to make. So we're going to need our lava, which I'll put down just here in the corner. Okay, and we're going to need a tough binding, tough tool rod, and a bowline, I think it is. So this means all up we're going to need 6 gold smelted. And I'm going to go the classic route of making our bowstring out of string. Okay, and our gold should be smelted. And now we have our 3 casts, so we're going to need all up 9 copper smelted. Oh, that makes it easy. Brought a little bit too much with us. So the beauty of it not being too tall at the moment is we can actually see inside. And there we go, that's the copper smelted. There's all our parts. And now we've got a copper crossbow. So the next part is we need some bolts. So we need fletching and whatever that item is. I think that's a tool rod. No, it needs a bolt core. Which I can't find, but we can always do this. So we got a bolt core. Which there's no items matching that search. Okay, do we have a bolt core over here? Arrow shaft. Okay, let's just refer to the book again. And the bulk crafting page. Bone materials. So we could have come in here to have a look at what we would have gotten. So we've got a bonus damage of 1, apparently. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just try it with the arrow shaft. That way, at the very least, we don't spend too much on it. So based on what we got here, I'll just go with the reeds. Or sorry, I think I may have just worked out how to do the bolt cores. I think we'll need to make a cast of it. Okay, the episode's already starting to get a bit long, so what I'll do is in between episodes I'll find out how to make that bolt core, and when we come back we'll make some ammunition for our crossbow and we'll go find the end portal. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.